does always have it. I want the water here.
Welcome everyone to the second EJ Anonymous meeting. I am your counselor. I hope everyone's in the right place. Love to see so many familiar faces. Before we get started, let's go over the ground rules. 1, this is a safe place for EJ violators. I have a great deal of information from your local and legislative representatives, including power organizations like United Latinos, but we want to hear from you. 2, let's keep safe with social distancing. 3, share the air. No offense, Erisol. 4, whoever shares today, state your name and the reason you are here. 5, any questions? Oh, you must be one of the rebels from Next Gen. They're always first to ask questions. Who wants to share first? All right, go ahead.
Oh, hello, it's me, Watered. Forgive me for my color, I'm kind of new to all this.
Hi, Water.
I guess I'm here because I have pollution issues. I moved over from Flint to Grant High in DP, where they found chromium-6 and copper in their waters, forcing the schools to shut off their fountains, and I am jealous someone did that before me. But Sac PD arrested me just for being brown. Talk about profiling. And with all that going on, like some days I'm just not sure how I feel, because some days I'm feeling blue, I'm feeling crystal clear, and the other days I'm just feeling green, cloudy, dirty, and just not well at all.
Thank you for sharing your feelings. It's very refreshing.
I'm from all over, you know, Arden, South Sac, McClellan, the Paso Heights. I just spilled over from place to place, and I guess I'm here because I just don't know how to filter myself.
That's the first step, admitting you have a problem.
Well, sometimes my problem is with how others see and treat me. Like, I'm trying to be my best, but it's just really hard when
Sounds like there's a lot of environmental factors.
when people around me take me for granted. They use me till they're satisfied and just throw me out. I'm pouring myself out to them, and I'm just tapped out.
That sounds like a lot to handle. What do you think you should do?
Oh, sometimes I feel like I should ebb and flow into different systems and channels, you know? Surround myself with people who care about me and who treat me with respect.
Go on.
Well, for example, when I was in Land Park, I was being tested.
How so?
Well, it was for controlled substances. Let's just say there were 100 different chemicals, substances, or contaminants detected that had microscopic organisms, bacteria, algae, protozoa, lead. There's even trash.
Keep going, Water.
And sometimes it's just a lot to take in. Like, when my levels go high, I can hurt other people. I don't mean to hurt other people. I just boil over, and I feel contaminated, and then I contaminate others.
What tools do you think you can use to change your behavior?
I know there's this consumer's confidence report, which lets me know where my levels are at, so I know when I'm not right. And then I could read certain surveys or articles about the proposed regulations in my area, and I guess I can start to contain myself and just bottle it up. Plastic bottles have always been there for me, and I'll let plastic take that one on.
Great work, Water. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
Hello, I'm Plastic, and I'm a polluter.
Hi, Plastic.
Well, I gotta say these last weeks have been very transformational for me. Since I joined EJ Anonymous, everyone has given me a welcome hand, regardless of this plastic face. The team has been very supportive to me, especially my friend Bottled Water. They have motivated me and inspired me for these last weeks. But I couldn't have done it without the 12 steps of environmental consciousness. And for that reason, I would like to read the first one to the group, if I may, Counselor.
Go ahead.
We admit that we are powerless over our pollution, that our lives have become unmanageable. It means that we admit that no amount of effort can stop my dirty ways.
Good analysis, Plastic.
Before I decided to come to EJ Anonymous, my life was a total mess. Back in 2019, I went to that festival, Aftershock, next to the park. Can you imagine hundreds of people along with the excruciating sound of death metal, vendors, artists, and oodles of pollution all in one place? I would jump into the mosh pit, adrenalize myself, eat all the food I could, throw all the garbage I can. I was adrenalized to the max. Right before the Deftones ended the night and everyone got ready to exit out, I realized for the first time I was hurting everything around me. There was even a turtle suffocating through one of the plastic rings I threw away.
That is the most important thing. Reality hitting your head. Boy.
I realized I was putting myself before the environment. Not like Elisa Herrera from the Latino Leadership Council or Luis Sanchez from the Community Resource Project. They always use recyclable containers. As I was walking out, I saw all the garbage, cans, bottle, paper, everywhere. I stared at the sky, and the only thing I could see was a cloud of smog. I felt terrible. I felt like trash.
So, what changes have you done since then?
Well, I'm more environmental conscious. For instance, now when I'm at work and I see a coworker throwing an empty can or bottle, I rescue it as I would be a left fielder trying to catch a ball. I walk to the aisles of the office, and if I see an empty can or bottle, I make sure it goes to the right recyclable container, plastic or composite.
Excellent.
Well, who's gonna take the initiative? Who's gonna stand up for Sacramento? The government? We need more people like Chet Hewitt from the Sierra Health Foundation.
You are right. We all need to stand together and do our part. Thank you for your testimony, Plastic.
Thank you, Counselor.
Who's next?
Hello, I'm Aerisol, but my friends call me Air.
Hello, Air.
I said my friends call me Air.
Hello, Aerisol.
I'm 1 week clean, and I haven't had a bad air day since July 10th, 2021. But today, I feel foggy. Okay, so about 10 years ago, I started contaminating, mostly in Del Paso Heights and South Sacramento. But 10 years ago, it really wasn't a big deal, and I never thought twice about having a pollution problem. Ugh. In fact, I used to love making people cough and wheeze, and I got worse as the years went by, and no one ever really tried to stop me. But things got really bad when I met my partner, Smog. We were both polluters at the time, and honestly, neither of us wanted to change. Well, the hippies at Sacramento Catholic Diocese and Stanford Settlement started ganging up on us. And through policies and AB 1274, they made her check into pollution hab. And then she had to get smog checks. And then there's that Victoria Vasquez and her tree planting radicalism. But the tipping point for me was Spare the Air Day.
Can you explain what that is for those who may not know?
Well, it's a day where they say I'm so bad that everyone stays inside just to get away from me. And then people started calling me names like wildfire smoke and particulate matter. And I guess everyone got tired of me, but I began to start noticing things.
Like what?
Well, have you noticed that people who live in like East Sac and Land Park hardly have asthma or other respiratory conditions? Why is that? Have you seen all the yoga they do in the park? Ugh. I mean, the hospitalizations in Sacramento went up 59%. That is 43% higher than the whole state. I started looking at myself in the air quality index and just didn't recognize myself anymore.
How did that make you feel?
Dirty, regretful. And next they're telling me that I'm shortening lifespans for elderly, pregnant women, children. Did I mention the children?
Well, what are you going to do to get better?
Well, I began making my amends with those that I've harmed. And when I feel like I want to pollute again, I just remember the large book of the 12 Steps of Environmental Consciousness. Step 2 in particular, I began to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to good quality. And that greater power are those that seek environmental justice, like California Endowment and United Latinos. I know it's up to me to make myself better, but I could only really do it with other support.
Thank you for sharing, Air. I mean, Air y Sol. That was great. What about you, Fries? You always come in, but you don't share. If you want to get your card signed and you want to graduate, you better speak up.
I'm not interested in sharing. I'm only here because of the hours the courts have imposed upon me. That council member Jay Schreiner turned me in.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
probably best
What
because
did he do something wrong? Did he do something bad? Are you okay right here? Like, what did he do? What's tricky?
Wanting me to do better. But is it my fault that y'all don't eat right? I mean, come on. McDougal's isn't that bad. They cook their fries in healthy, saturated fat. Oh, and then there's that Car Juniors. They serve salads with their fries. Ooh, and Bluto's Louisiana Kitchen. Deep fried shrimp, seafood, baby. You know, they call Arden, Del Paso, South Sac food deserts. I can name lots of healthy, quick food restaurants out there. On Mark Road, they've got that Jolly BB. Ooh. International flair, Asian cuisine. Oh, ooh, and who doesn't want a really great greasy burger with Thousand Island dressing? Oh, Rott's Burger House on Franklin Boulevard. They rule. And besides, don't y'all have grocery stores? Get your veggies there. Fruits and vegetables for everyone. Ooh. You can even get your rice, beans, and tortillas there.
I mean, I guess you can, but that's not really covering your greens. You can name like 2 or 3 different places, but you don't get your lettuce, your salad, you don't get anything like that. I guess you can go get your greens by some tortillas there, but that's about it. It's not much.
Del Paso, don't you have that 99-cent store? Get your veggies there. My mom does. And South Sac, don't you have that food to the less fortunate servicing you? And other stores too. I mean, just because it's not a Whaley's or a Safeway doesn't mean it's not equitable. And besides, no one ever associated cardiac illness to bad food. It's like climate change. It doesn't exist. And besides, bad air's fault anyway for the rise in the asthma cases. Yeah. Oh, and is it my fault y'all don't recycle? You blaming plastic? Don't ever change. Plastic rules. Landfill, baby. And besides, don't kid yourselves. Medi-Cal will take care of you. You got a sick kid? Take him or her anywhere. Health care for everyone. So go ahead. Eat all of the fries you want.
Fries, 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 fries.
Who am I kidding? Healthy food does matter. Look, I've been lying to myself and to all of you. The courts were right. I do belong here. My name is Fries, and I'm a polluter.
Hi, Fries.
You can find me in Del Paso, Arden, South Sac. We are a food desert out there, not a healthy place to eat in sight. And where's the justice? And don't get me started on that Medi-Cal stuff. eat enough of me, and it's heart attack time, baby. And good luck finding a provider or being able to take care of the extra cost for the treatment. Just because there are 550,000 people on Medi-Cal does not mean that there's health care for everyone. There are over 150,000 residents living in areas affected by bad air, bad water, garbage, and me, bad food. They just want us to get our act cleaned up. That's all. But we can't do it alone. We need you. You know, there are people out there trying to make a difference, people smarter than me, like that Gabriela Herrera from Congresswoman Doris Matsui's office. She's trying to make a difference. Yeah. But until then, I'll just keep coming back here, telling my story. Maybe somebody will listen.
You're so hopeful, honestly, but I hate to break it.
Calm
Down. Calm, say. Breathe. Breathe. You all know that in order for me to sign your card to graduate, you need to stay for the next EJ meeting. If you don't stay for the meeting, you're not going to graduate. Now, I want to close this session with a passage from an interview with Greta Thunberg. I want you to act like the house is on fire, because it is. Amen, Greta.
Amen, Greta.
Now our serenity prayer.
God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Adios, amigos.